Good morning from just above the Sheep Gulch trailhead. Today going to be hiking Collegiate Peaks West #2 of the Colorado Trail. For a full trail guide of Collegiate Peaks West #2, you can check the link in the description below. To catch you up to speed, we hiked in from Sheep Gulch trailhead, which adds about a quarter mile and about 200 feet of climbing to this segment, which is already 25.9 miles with 6,100 feet of elevation gain. In my opinion, this is going to be the toughest segment of the Colorado Trail we've had yet, but it also might be the most beautiful, so hoping for the latter on that. So this is your view of where you're going to be going next, which is eventually up in here. To the left, it's out of view, is Huron Peak, which is kind of like through there. Just over 3 miles in, you'll reach this three-way intersection here. For anyone through hiking, don't think that Winfield is an actual town. It's more like a historic spot with some old restored buildings, so there's no supplies or anything like that. Beautiful view of Huron Peak right in the middle there. It's a 14er. I'll show you the trail junction in a bit. You can add that on. Unbelievably beautiful back here. So in front of me you got the Three Apostles. The middle one's Ice Mountain. To the left is North Apostle, and then you got, I think it's South Apostle to the right. Beautiful. So from 5.8 to 9.8, you gain about 2,000 feet. So you start about 10.5 and you end up at Lake Ann Pass at about 12.5. So quite a difficult climb and high up in elevation as well. So definitely test your lungs. The views just don't stop. They don't stop. It's so pretty up here. Here, you're gonna reach your next trail junction and you're gonna wanna take a right. If you did want to go to Mount Huron, you could add about 4.6 miles of hiking to tag this 14er. Of all the ones we've passed, this would be the one, if I had an urge to hike one, that I would add. Just because it's a pretty easy hike and it's pretty little mileage and elevation gain from here. It's definitely still not easy side trip, but it's the easiest one so far.
We're now entering the collegiate wilderness.
Just over 7 miles in, you have this nice little intersection here. Left will take you up to the Apostle Basin, which also is a worthy side climb if you're through hiking. Definitely the most technical option of anything you could have done to this point. We are going to continue right here towards Lake Ann. Chugging along up towards Lake Ann. Elevation has picked up quite a bit, but it's still not as bad as it's gonna be. There's a stretch from like mile 8 on. That's just like, I'll show you the book's profile. I mean, look at that. It's super hot out today, so we're really taking our time and moving a lot slower than normal just to manage all of the body temperatures. Mine and Juno's really. Jackie seems to be okay. Still has her long sleeve on, but so far the hiking is not as bad as Hope Pass, but I expect that to change very shortly. This climb is brutal, but beautiful. We haven't even gotten to the trail split with Lake Ann Trail. And from there, that's the steepest part. This has been really tough. Oh, what a backdrop. And here's this trail split. Left will take you to Lake Ann, which is literally just right there, 0.2 miles out of the way. We don't care about that. We're going right up towards the pass. As I was saying, this is the part that's gonna kick your ass. It is steep and it is short. Beautiful, beautiful Lake Ann here. I'm happy we can still see it and we don't have to hike towards it. What a freaking view. This segment has been one of the most brutal, but the views on this are just breathtaking, breathtaking. Looking up towards Lake Ann Pass right there. It is stunning, stunning up here. Just bananas in all directions. Lake Ann Pass, harder than Hope Pass for sure. Just brutal. It's so hot right now too. Dear God. It's fall in the landscape, but it is not fall in the air. Looking ahead, very close to the top, just a handful of switchbacks away. Oh man. All right, top of Lake Ann Pass. Jeez, what a climb. But man, the views behind me, insane. And wait till you see this way. Just stunning. Whew, in my opinion, that was the toughest climb of the trail yet. Maybe it's just the weather for us, I don't know. Unbelievably rewarding to get the views up here. It's just stunning. It really is stunning up here. Looking back up toward Lake Ann Pass, much gentler descent, but still pretty quick. And we're now headed back this way into the trees and towards some much needed water. Whew. All right, back in the trees now. Took a nice long water break. Man, I feel like our luck on the Colorado Trail with weather has just been abysmal. It's about a little bit shy of 4:30 right now, and it's got to be still in the 70s, and we're at like almost 12,000 feet, so it's just brutal. And when you can only carry so much water without slowing you down even more, but we have the dog who carries her own water sometimes. That's why she has that big bag. Can't put too much in there because it just would weigh her down significantly, so we carry about 4 liters total and pump when we can. But of course today has just been so hot, we're just dying. We'll be very excited to get to the next water source to pump, which should be hopefully in a couple miles. What we are working down now is one of these classic Colorado Trail long switchbacks, and they are probably good for your legs in both ways, both directions, up north and southbound, but good God, are they boring. This is actually 12 miles in. I don't freaking know anymore. But we're leaving the wilderness here, and you'll re-enter it again eventually, kind of like walking on the line of it. You're going to continue up here a little bit and then take a left onto this trail, which you'll see here in a second. Just finished pumping here, about 13 miles in. Got some new life, ready to knock out hopefully 5 or 6 more miles tonight. Mile 14 and a half-ish. You're gonna have another climb to about 17. It's nowhere near as bad as what you had on the earlier part of the segment. And then once you get to 17, it's like downhill and flat for about 3 or 4 miles. Camping options in this span is gonna be tough, But once you get down from there, you should have a lot of flexibility on where to camp. So tonight we made it about 16 miles, a little less than what we wanted to, but all of our legs were just dead after the climbing today. Enjoying this beautiful sunset now, and we'll see you guys in the morning. Back on the trail this morning. Another sleepless night for me. As always when I'm camping, have about 10 miles today, and the first couple will be still building up to that mile 17. We'll be going downhill after that, and then pretty steady elevation gain, about 3,000-ish feet from 20 to 26. Got a little moose, well, not a little one, but a male moose back there, just in the woods. Gonna let him be since it's mating season. Do not want to mess with them. What a beautiful animal. It's always cool to see a moose. We've seen a bunch here in Colorado, but you got to be really careful this time of year in the fall, because it's mating season, and the male ones are really jacked up on testosterone, and there's been a lot of stories of people I know being charged by them just because they think that you're inflicting on their territory. So if you do see one this time of year, especially a male, keep your distance, avoid eye contact, and just kind of move on. You don't want to mess around with them, because if they do charge you, you need to run and put trees in between you and the moose, so it's harder for the moose to get through. So, you know, tight trees, things like that. They will run fast, and they will keep running after you for a long time. So you're supposed to just keep moving as far and fast as you can. 18.6 in, you're gonna reach this little trail junction here and continue this way. At this point, you'll enter back into the wilderness area. Just been cruising along this dirt path here. Super flat. Went through some big ass fields, and we're getting ready to do our last climbing of the day. Have about 2,400 feet of elevation in 6 or 7 miles or so. We're about 21.4 miles in. You can see the creek we're about to cross over to our right. This is the trail junction, and obviously our end goal, which is Cottonwood Pass. Once again, I find myself dying up these freaking hills. I don't know what the hell's going on with me, but my energy is like negative 100 right now. Sucks. In the Basin for Cottonwood Pass, which is that way. Looking back, just absolutely beautiful up here. Fuck. Still climbing. We're dead. Dead. Nothing left to give. It's so damn hot again. It's freaking crazy weather. At least it's pretty. As we're wrapping up Collegiate Peaks West number 2, give some final thoughts on it. As always, you can find my complete gear list and Jackie's in the links in the description below. For this hike, yeah, it's gonna be an overnighter for sure, and you're gonna need hiking poles. So all that, in addition to what you normally carry for a long day hike. This segment was brutal. There's no two ways about it. Just tough, beautiful at the beginning, beautiful at the end, and then a whole lot of monotonous hiking in the middle. We are kind of burnt out on the Colorado Trail for now, so gonna be taking quite a few weekends off and just kind of regrouping. It's turned into a lot of type 2 fun for us, maybe even type 3, and we want to enjoy this. If you're new to my channel, I do virtual trail guides of the Colorado Trail, Colorado hiking and beyond. Top of Tennessee Pass. Gonna wrap up this segment for a full trail guide of Collegiate Peaks West. Number 2, go ahead and check the link below. As always, please subscribe not to miss any future hiking content, and we'll see you on the next adventure.
Collegiate West too.